we need to identify our problem. I am on page 4 of our Smart Spinner notebook. Here's what we're going to be doing. We need to identify our problem. So first, our problem is this. How can I make the spinner more stable with max on it? Okay, so there is our problem. Next, our hypothesis. I want you to take a moment, pause this video, and I want you to identify the hypothesis. Okay, so an example of a hypothesis, I want to try to have an if-then statement. So if I put, for example, wait okay, pause this video, get it recorded. If you have a hypothesis but don't have this, that's okay. Next, we're going to go into the materials, which involve our Lego kit. And for the procedure, we're going to see lab sheet. All right, get those copied down. What we want to do first is we want to save our project. So we're going to take our mouse over top of where it says project and whatever number is there, and we're going to type in spinner and then whatever names of people in your group. So Billy and Jimmy are in this group, so they are here for our smart spinner today. Now, what we want it to do is we want it to spin and 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 spin, spin. And then we want it to stop using the motor as soon as you lift up your spinner. That way it's not running your spinner all over the place and it's not continuing to run as you are watching the spinner spin or the top spin. We also want to make it time our spinner to see, we're going to make a stopwatch with it. All right, so here's how we do that. We want to first make a play block. So we're going to put the play. So when play, it will do this. Next, we are going to use the motor block to use the motor from the spinner. Now, we want it to keep spinning and spinning and spinning at the highest possible speed until the motion sensor moves. So we were going to make it wait for our motion sensor. So right now it says wait for 10. We're going to drag the motion sensor. This one right here is the tilt sensor. To the right of that is the motion sensor. We're going to drag that up. And then what do we want it to do when we do the motion sensor? We want it to stop our motor. So we're going to look at the motor with the X in front of it. Now, that's part one. So it's going to spin, spin, spin until the motion sensor is taken, and then it will stop. Next thing we need it to do, we are going to make it create a stopwatch. So we're going to make it repeat this, and we are going to make it wait for 10 units of time. Now, it's important to know what these units mean. Each unit means a tenth of a second. So technically that means that every 10 would equal 1 second. So if I wanted to go for 5 seconds, I would actually put 50 in here. So if we want it to time every second, we want it to be at 10. And what we're going to do, it's a really cool tool that WeDo has, is that we are going to add to display. And we're going to add 1 to display every second. And it's going to repeat this over and over and over. So now I need you to drag this whole block right here. Here's the one final thing. If I were to keep playing this and it were to keep going, and if I stopped it and I did another trial, the display that's going to pop in here is going to keep adding to whatever's in the display previously. I can't clear it. So here's how we're going to make it start at 0 every time we hit the play button. We want to make sure that it displays, so we're going to use the display block, a 0. So I'm going to tap on the 0 so that every time we're done with this program and I replay, it's going to reset our timer to 0 seconds. Now that you have your lab set up in your coding, we want to take a look at what we're actually collecting. Take some time to read the directions as written on the top of page 6 of your Smart Spinner notebook. Now when it says stability rating, we are looking at these ratings right here that we see on the top of our notes for our data table. So it is a 1, or it's a 0, meaning no wobbles, all the way to 4, meaning too many wobbles and no spin. Now, you are doing 3 trials for every change of what's on top. So you're going to be changing the bricks on your spinner. The first one is nothing. Then you do 1 brick one side, 2 bricks opposite sides, and so on and so forth, all the way down to 4 bricks different sizes. You are going to be doing 3 trials. Trial 1, trial 2, trial 3. A trial is just a try. So you're going to do the same thing 3 times, measuring its time and its stability. The time you get from your stopwatch that you coded in WeDo. Your stability rating is a 0 through 4, just using what we see up here in our stability rating scale. So, next is a video clip of a group of students that are doing this testing.
Ready? Go. Oh, Isaiah.
Keep letting it spin and spin and spin.
Still going? 19 seconds.
We have got a writing box. We are going to write 19 seconds. Our stability was about a 1 because it had a few wobbles, but not too many.